Okay, so far we have covered basic sexual practices and more unique sexual practices, and we've come to the close of both, and there's going to be some of you that'll be like, well, why didn't you cover this practice, and why didn't you talk about this practice? And there's a couple reasons for it. One is, as I may have just missed it. I tried to get together all the ones that people in general know about and address them. There's some, however, that I didn't want to mention because it could cause problems. If people don't know about it, it might be better. It might cause less strain on their relationship and so forth if the idea isn't introduced and then somebody wants to try it and the other one doesn't feel comfortable. And some of them can be very cruel and so forth. So I just want, that's why I'm not mentioning everything. I'm going to give you an example of one because I feel a little bit more comfortable mentioning something like this. It's basically the idea where you pour hot candle wax on your spouse's naked body. It can be very cruel depending on the temperature of the wax, but it could be very, just playful fun because the wax can be very cool. I mean, you can stick your finger in hot candle wax without really even getting burned, but depending on the temperature, it could be extremely cruel and brutal and ugly. But now you can get a feel for why I don't want to give people ideas about things if they don't already know about them. But pretty much if you have these other sexual practices in mind, you're like, well, what am I supposed to think about these? If you take the fundamental principles that we covered early on in this presentation series, all those fundamental elements, and you apply them, then you'll figure out whether or not it's right or wrong, whether or not it's something you should be doing, and so forth. And that's why I gave you those fundamental principles, so that way you could get a really good, rounded, balanced idea of what is and what is not acceptable. So pretty much that's that. Thanks for watching all these. We look forward to seeing you again in the next presentation.